Hey guys, just thought I'd do a quick toy room tour. This is my new updated toy room. I've sold a lot of stuff after the separation and divorce, and now I'm just in the process of collating the collection a little bit more for the stuff that I like. So that's my Street Sharks and Extreme Dinos. I just picked up, and I will do a video on it soon, a modern Street Shark, which I haven't actually had any of yet. They've done the re-releases of those. Cool thing about this is I've actually got it in a fish tank at the moment. I've got real fish, as you can see, floating around, swimming around there, but I've actually got street sharks in the fish tank itself, which is just something a bit different. I thought I'd have a bit of a crack at, and it's a bit of fun. So I enjoy the street shark side of things. Got Ghostbusters down here, and a little bit of mixed stuff, but mainly Ghostbusters. So your Diamond Select figures, they're about to be shipped off. I've just sold those, and also some real Ghostbusters figures with the Firehouse. The Firehouse is incomplete. Bug Eye, a few of the fright features and whatnot, and a little bit of modern Ghostbusters there as well. You guys probably saw the last video with the Motu collection. I'll just do a quick flick through. It's mainly vintage, but there is some other stuff there as far as Origins, and also this one, which I just did a review on my TikTok channel of the Masters of the Universe Transformers collab. So pretty exciting stuff indeed. Love this one. You got the Talon Fighter there, Point Dread. Plenty of Masters of the Universe figures. Down here, I've still got a lot to unpack. There's a lot of Ninja Turtles there. I've got some new of the Storage Shed re-releases, which I'm looking to do, Storage Shell rather. And I've also got the Technodrome to put in there as well. I've been selling quite a few Ninja Turtles, so that's a little bit of an incomplete collection and a lot of stuff in storage. This is my Brave Star stuff. So this is your Fort Kerrium, along with 3030, as you can see there. Mine's a little bit damaged, unfortunately. He's one of the Grail pieces. Colonel Borobot with a trumpet, which is pretty hard to find. And I reckon 90% complete, 95% complete Fort Kerrium there. Also, plus all the bad guys. Over to here is the Mortal Kombat arcade machine. One up, which are pretty fun. And then here is just a whole bunch of random toys that aren't in boxes. I've got Tommy there from Rugrats. I've actually got a Dream Rush Chucky. I believe there's only around 300 of those. I've got a Monsters in My Pocket Wogster and a beautiful big Slimer there from Ghostbusters. Down here, a little bit of a rarer piece of the Supernaturals Tomb of Doom. Got some Supernaturals there. Still got the beautiful holograms on there as well, which is awesome. This line from Tonka, if you're unaware of Supernaturals, do yourself the favour and pick some up. They are absolutely phenomenal. One of my favourite videos as a kid was Scooby-Doo meets Batman and Robin. Now, I thought I'd actually put the Batman and Robin together from the 60s TV series, because that was the Batman and Robin that actually were in the Scooby-Doo meets Batman and Robin. So, got the Mystery Machine there, you've got Fred, and pretty much all of them there, a couple of the bad guys. Pretty awesome stuff. So, you've got Shaggy there, Scooby, Velma, and I think Daphne and Fred are in the front seat. Down here to the Voltron collection as I try and move into the shelf. This Time Bot, I'm going to do a video on the Time Bot as well. It's basically, if you remember the Kara Transformers, the Kara Transformers did a watch, and this was a knockoff watch basically based on Voltron. The really cool part about it was all of the lines actually formed into a robot, which I'll show you guys quickly, but I will do a whole video on it because I've been everywhere and I cannot find a video anywhere on this particular thing. It's actually quite rare, so I'll do that. You got the Skull Tank there, obviously, a couple of the bad guys, Hagar, and then you've got all of the Voltron lines there. Missing the helmet, sadly, but they're all there. And the pilots with a green key. There's some more keys there somewhere. Terminator 2, I'm a huge Terminator 2 collector. It needs a bigger shelf. It deserves way more than the display I'm giving it at the moment. A couple of horror series figures, Movie Masters, and also got the Trumpinator, which is an interesting one as well. It was a Temu pickup of a Donald Trump Terminator collab, which is quite interesting. You got Edward Furlong down there from the Terminator 2 movie with the ever famous dirt bike, stuff from Terminator Future War, a heap of Terminator Salvations. Moving down to one of my absolute favourite toy lines, is the Remco Karate Kid toy line. Love this. Actually got all the VHSs in the back there. Got Daniel's son, Mr. Miyagi, John Kreese. You got Sato. Sato's a bit trickier to find. You got Chosen, and then a few variants of those as well. Actually had this one signed by Ralph Macchio, which is awesome. Miyagi-Do Karate, the original Karate Kid, Daniel LaRusso. And I've got some Diamond Select figures there as well. A lot of my Star Wars packed up or sold, but I've got the Legacy series. There's a Terminator that's fallen in at the moment. Legacy series, Millennium Falcon, which is a huge piece. And then down there, I've actually got another modern Voltron. Moving up to this part of the collection. This is pretty cool. Pirates of the Dead Seas, which is an awesome little piece. Still on card. Speaking of still on card, got this up here, which is Warlord still on card. He was my favourite figure, along there with Sunman and Skullman. If you know anything about vintage action figures, you'll know that they're, once again, pretty expensive pieces. You got the Galaxy Fighters or Warriors, one of those. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's Galaxy Warriors there. And then you've got a couple of bits and pieces as far as knockoffs, which I'll show you shortly. Muppet Babies original series, very cool. And some of these knockoffs which I mentioned. So you've got Galaxy Fighters, Galaxy Warriors, you've got Warrior Beasts, there's Arnold Schwarzenegger knockoffs, all sorts of stuff there, Chuck Norris knockoffs. And then moving down to little Transformers shelf, which I'm working hard on building some Transformers this year. You've got a couple of bots out of the Devastator, and you've got a G1 Optimus Prime, a couple of mini bots there as well. And this was the Time Bot that I was talking about earlier. So the Time Bot is the watch. It actually comes with a full watch band and everything. All of those lions basically all form together to create the Time Bot, or you can just wear the black lion as the actual watch, which is super cool. As I said, I haven't seen any of those, so I'm really keen to do a video on that, because I'm sure a lot of people have tried to find a video on that. Got a couple of bits and pieces there, a bit of a Ric Flair style knockoff. You got some stuff from Chuck Norris Karate Commandos, and a few more of those old school bootlegs, as well as Lady Death Strutner stuff. This Robocop's a pretty cool figure as well. It used to do stuff when you press the button, but it doesn't at the moment. And once again, quite a few of the more pricey knockoffs in this lot as well. A couple of Savage World figures in the form of the Joker and Batman, and then a few more Combat Master figures, and then another Warlord up there because he's my favourite. This one I went a bit silly on Sylvester Stallone's and picked up a heap of Sylvester Stallone's, and there's also a mini Baltar. One of my favourite figures as a kid. This one's incomplete at the moment, just finding bits and pieces as I find them. He's missing his hand, which of course the hand was an awesome projectile, and everybody just loved shooting the hand at their older brothers and sisters after they picked on them. So I remember hiding behind the lounge and shooting my dad and my sister and everybody with that hand, to the point where Dad said if I shot it at him one more time I'd lose it forever. Well, anyway, it has been lost, that one, so I am still chasing a hand for that Inspector Gadget, but a very cool figure. I did do a TikTok video on this on my TikTok channel, Mac of the Toy Guy. This is the Mighty Ducks figure collection, which is vehicles and figures. Quite a few going on there. And then down to Skeleton Warriors. A few carded pieces there, as well as some loose ones. A couple of Toxic Crusaders. I keep buying and selling Toxic Crusaders. I never seem to keep a full collection, but pretty keen on getting them again, and hopefully keeping a full collection. I don't know why, just everyone always asks me if I've got Toxic Crusaders, so I say yeah, no worries, and then we end up in the boat of having to buy them all over again. There's a little derpy Batman, bit of stuff from the 1966 TV series, which has been remade and sold at EB Games and Zing stores. That's an awesome Batmobile. Adam West and Burt Ward signed that one personally, from the 1966 series. Excuse my table. This is going to be where I'm going to be doing a lot of the YouTube toy reviews and TikTok reviews. One of my other favourite toys when I was a kid, the 1989 Batwing with Batman with the bat rope, which is awesome, fitting there perfectly to scale. There's a Toy Biz Joker there as well. A couple of Kenner figures, and we've got the Frisbee from 1989, which is super cool. I remember playing with that, and a modern Batwing. Moving up here, bit of a speed tour as there's a little bit to look at. We come to Space Jam and Looney Tunes in general, with a couple of carded Space Jam figures, a couple of the Monstars, more Space Jam, and then into Looney Tunes. A heap of stuff still to try and put onto the shelves. Up here you got some taller scale figures, nice big Batman, some Star Wars, bigger ones are more modern. It's beautiful, Michael Keaton Batman. Then you've got Mr. T, a vintage Princess Leia has seen better days, 12-inch. Another 1989 remake of Batman, modern remake. A vintage C-3PO. A vintage Boba Fett. And then there's a Gladiator Hulk figure, just there for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Here's some of the Imperial toys that I've got. A couple of weird Chinosaurs. We've got Dick Tracy. I haven't got the blank. Everybody's chasing the blank. I think it's about $1,000 if you want it. Into 6-inch A-Team. Bucky O'Hare, I just like those because they're really colourful. Then move into a bit of a music shelf. It's all falling over at the moment. I've got some work to do. I just sold the Kiss Psycho Circus stuff. Wizard of Oz, Michael Jackson, Alice Cooper, David Bowie, and the little guy from Rocky Horror Picture Show. I just did a review on this one on the YouTube channel, which is the Harley Quinn 124 scale Jada Corvette Stingray. One of the utes I actually got to own back in the day, which is a VU Commodore ute. Got some Stink Masters there as well. So quite a little bit still to shelf there. I've had to shrink the toy collection, but still got quite a bit there and quite a bit still to review. If you made it to the end, thank you so much. The idea is to build some followers, do some reviews, and how cool is that T-Rex just munching on that great white shark. Anyway, guys, thanks heaps. Appreciate you looking.